Hello, good morning to everybody. Beautiful day again. I keep saying that on most of the videos that I do. Beautiful day. We have been very, very lucky. Although it's not very good for people that live in flats and stuff. So for those of you that are in a flat, I feel heavily for you, you know. And there are quite a few of you that are just stuck indoors, stuck in a flat. Now, of course, you can get out a little bit, which is good. So that's good. And I really do hope, all of you from here, that you're safe and that none of my customers, and that's a bit selfish, but I'm hoping that none of you lot are affected by this at the moment too personally, although probably most of you have been affected in some way because you'll have known someone. Anyway, so anybody that has had personal touches with the virus and everything else, you know, I send you a bit of love out my bucket because we know what it's like. It's affected us, and Fran, you know, Fran is the first person to have known someone out of the two of us that has died from this. Excuse me. It's just a quick update today. So just a quick update today, just to let you know that so far so good. So the idea of being able to find a way to get stuff listed, and instead of sending you a mixed parcel, which you may not be completely 100% happy with, the idea of seeing to a few people at a time and saying, look, you know, have what you like, is working better. Because that way, at least when you get the parcel through the door, A, you know what you're getting, and B, no one, and I mean absolutely no one, not a single person, can have the hump. Doesn't matter what people say about odd parcels here and there, you know, whether the slagging off we've got from time to time, and half of those people have never had a parcel, but well, most of them have never had a parcel. They just moan. Anyway, the point is that if you've chosen the parcel, there cannot, by any realms of any imagination, be one single post going up anywhere from someone going, look at the shit I just got, because you just chose that. So if you end up getting a parcel and you think it's a bucket of crap, well, you chose it. So that takes away a little bit of, you might think, well, what's he going on about? Why is he talking like that? And it's another one of the knocks. You know, it's like I was saying to you before about, I need to focus. I need to get my head down. I've got an awful lot of work to do and a lot to save and everything. And I've got these going off all over the place, people throwing sticks at me as I'm trying to go down. Well, that's one stick and stone that somebody can't throw. None of the people can throw that at me because you're choosing what you get. Now, what that means is that some of you, quite naturally, are holding fire. So you've been given the carte blanche to go to a specific place and pick what you want, and some of you haven't yet, and that's fine. And I know why that is. That's obviously because you're waiting to see what else comes up and what else you can have, and I get that. That's fine. There are some of you that are quite happy to just select from what's already up there or from what's going up, because we're putting stuff up on a weekly basis. And when I say we're putting stuff up on a weekly basis, a total value of 5 to 10 grand is going up every week. So overall volume wise is going up. And as you'll notice, you know, as I said before, I'm doing it a lot in sheets, so I'm not doing like one coin at a time. You're coming along and you're buying 30 coins at a time, a sheet of 30 coins or whatever, stamps or whatever it is you might decide to have. So it's done in a higher bulk situation, and the reason for that is I haven't got the time to wrap and pack individually. We cannot do that as a business. It's impossible. So to have loads and loads of individual sales like that is absolutely impossible. It is not within any realms possible. So I have to acknowledge that. I have to acknowledge what I can and can't do. You know, I don't mind having a go at a few things that are difficult, but that's an impossibility. Selling coins ever again is likely to be a complete impossibility for me. how can I possibly be in the realms of selling things for £1 and £2 and all that kind of stuff and get out of the kind of debt that I'm in? It is not possible. However, 100 quid, 200 quid, 500 quid, bang, 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 bang. Now we're talking. Now we have a chance. Now we have an opportunity to be able to A, settle people, and B, get out of trouble, because we're not doing 50, 100, 200 postings a day, right? I'm only doing 1 or 2, and but I'm doing it for large amounts. Now, I can honestly say I've cleared somewhere in the region of around about 3 grand's worth of debt, and I did £1,000 worth of it last week, just on this system, and that suits me nice. Now, of course, when you come along and see the sheets, you'll see that sometimes it will say 4 available, sometimes it will say 8 available, sometimes it will say 1 available. If it says 1, then that's the only sheet I've got of that at the moment, or that's the last one that's been done. If it says there's 4 available, it means that there are 4 sheets available exactly the same. So all 30 coins on one sheet will be exactly the same on all 4 sheets. If it says there are 15 available, it means that that's 15 sheets that are available, and every single sheet is exactly the same. So don't go and get, you know, when it says 10 available, don't go and buy 4 expecting to get 4 different sheets. See what I mean? You will, I know it's going to sound like I'm teaching Granny to suck eggs, but there will be people that, no matter how you get a little bit confused. So, if it says 3 available, that means it's 3 of that sheet available, and every single one of those 3 sheets will be exactly the same. It may be that they're not put in exactly the same place, but every single coin will be exactly the same, or stamp will be exactly the same. So, you may, for example, supposing I owe you £1,000, you may decide, well, all right, what I'll do is I'll buy 1 of them, 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 and you'll buy 1 of each of this, that, and the other, and you'll build yourself a big collection. That's cool. On the other hand, you might look at that, and I know you won't mind me using him. Like I know I owe Steve Fraser money, right? Steve Fraser, as we all know, he's got his own business, Dragon Lord Coins, which, by the way, is a bloody good little website. And for those of you that have not gone over and had a look at Dragon Lord Coins, I would search Dragon Lord Coins and I'd go over and I'd join. Right, Steve is a good guy, and he's a straight guy, and he's an honest guy, and he's another one of those guys where if you buy something, you know you're going to get what you buy. And he will always hold up his end of he'll always hold up his word. That's my experience with Steve anyway. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I was using Steve as an example. So I owe Steve money, right? Now Steve might be sitting there looking at this stuff and going, well, yeah, but I don't really want, I've got a pretty good collection, and now I'm selling essentially my collection because he's got his business. So he might think, yeah, no, I don't want, I'm not really bothered about 1 of each of this, that, and the other. What I'll do is, he's got 6 of them available. I'll buy all 6. I like that one, so I'll buy all 6, because that way no one else can buy one. Now I've got all 6 that are exactly the same of that particular one, and I'll maybe keep an eye out to see if he lists any more that's exactly the same. But other than that, I will take all of those, and then I can just take them and list them on my site. And I can list something for sale that Ian hasn't got for sale, or no one else has got for sale. Do you see what I mean? So you could, whatever it is that I owe you, what I'm saying is you can buy multiples. You can buy more of one. You can buy 10 if there's 10 available. You can buy 20 if there's 20 available, and so on. And what I'm doing is I'm putting a certain type of sheets together, and then we move on, and then we put another certain type of sheets together. At the moment, I'm working on, it might take a week or so for them to go up there, but we're working on doing putting 50 sheets together, which sounds like a lot, but it's not really. 50 sheets together of the halfpenny all the way through. So you've got the halfpenny, the penny, the 2p, you know, and so on. And we're going to try and go through 5p, 10p and all of that, so that we can maybe even put something up as a complete package and just leave gaps for the ones for the years that are not included. But anyway, I'm digressing now, aren't I? So the point is just to try and explain to you in layman's terms, in an easy to understand way, that you can either buy one of each or you can buy multiples for those people that are doing that. There are some sheets that are for sale at 350 quid a sheet. You know, I mean, some of these sheets are quite high value, especially when you get into the pounds and £2. And I can imagine that some sheets will even go into the £400, £500, £600, depending on what's in it. Now, I'm not advertising the link freely because I don't want to cause problems for the person that's helping us, and I don't want to overload myself. And I know what I said before about leave your thingy on the link to say that you are interested, etc. And that's cool. For those of you that are not in a rush, right, then I would say don't bother contacting me anymore yet about that. If you're, because I've had some of you that have said to me, look, yeah, I'm happy to have the parcel in for the amount of money that you owe me, etc. But I'm not, don't worry, I'm not, you know, I'm not bothered yet. Or I've had people say, I won't take it out yet. That's fine. However, there are people that want to spend it as fast as possible. Because, of course, I mean, it's the elephant in the room, so let's talk about it. You don't know whether I'm going to be here tomorrow. You know, we've been up and down like a fiddler's flipping elbow. So, you know, there are going to be those of you that are going to be sitting there going, do you know what, I'm going to stick with Ian no matter what because I like his style. And then there's going to be others of you that sit there and go, do you know what, he's been in and out of this so many bloody times, I can't see that he's going to get out of it. I'm just going to spend mine as fast as I can. And that's fine. I don't hold any grudge against you for having any of those kinds of feelings, right? Not at all. Not at all, because I know we're all different. And I don't expect every single person to just trust me implicitly, to just trust me ongoing 100%. I know some of you do. And I can't, if I was to sit and read you some of the text messages that I've had and some of the emails that I've had from some of you, you'd think I was making it up, but I'm not. Some of you have been really fantastic, really fantastic. Oh my God, fantastic. And that takes an awful lot of pressure off. And that allows me to be able to give a bit more time to the people that want to sort it out now, that don't want to wait and want to get it done as fast as possible. Do you see what I mean? So there's no bad feeling about that. It's working nice. And the one thing I've got to say is absolutely everybody has given me some space. Every single investor. In fact, I'll go as far as to say everybody and anybody, apart from, shall we say, organisations who just don't stop, they ring you up every day. But for customers and investors, etc., investors and the Pseudomint Fund and so on, fantastic. All of you have been absolutely fantastic and given me the space that I need of late, and that is really brilliant. Because we cannot rush. I'm telling John to slow down sometimes, he's telling me to slow down sometimes. We're not rushing. Kelly's agreed to come in and give me a hand for a couple of weeks. She's going to come in next week and give us a hand for a couple of days. If it's good weather, she can do it in the garden again, helping me sort out the coins, the sheets. And John's doing a bit of that as well, and I'm doing a bit of that. So we are getting there, but we are going to do it slowly. We're going to take our time, and I don't want to run before I can walk. I don't want to cause myself any problems, and I don't want loads and loads and loads of deliveries stacking up, and then people going, where's my delivery, where's my delivery? So far so good. Like I say, just in the last week alone, we've done £1,000 worth, and there's a couple of you that we are absolutely even Stevens. You know, a couple of you that a few weeks ago I owed you an awful lot, and now I don't owe you anything, and you're happy. And that's the point, is that when I sort out with each person, they walk away and they are happy. They don't feel like they've been shafted. And making sure you get the extra 50%, make sure that you don't feel shafted. And for those of you that put in to the 10 times Suda Mint Fund, and you also want to take that out and you want to have that in a parcel, I know there's like a couple of messages there. I'm sure you won't mind me using as an example, but I use an example with Barry because he put in a couple of messages, and he's got an investment and he's got a Suda Mint Fund. And at first he asked, can I get that out? And I said no, because I said I'm not doing that yet. But as long as I can do it slowly, and as long as you work with me the way everybody's working with me at the moment, then I don't see any reason why we can't include you. So in that case, Barry, we've now got to a point where yes, you can have both. So if you want your money, if you want your Suda Mint Fund, you can have that. And for anybody that put in for the Suda Mint Fund, let's get this clear, right? Because at first it was 3 times your money, then it was 10 times your money. Well, I'm expecting the people that put in for the 10 times your money to leave it there, right? That's what I'm expecting. But anybody that put in for the 3 times your money, like Barry, if you take that money out now as a parcel, I will give you 3 times your money. So you will go to the link and you will choose what you want up to 3 times the amount of money that, like I said. So if you put in 25 quid, you'll be able to spend 75. If you put in 100, you'll be able to spend 3. If you put in 500, you'll be able to spend 1,500. But you'll spend it from what we're putting up. And you, like everybody else, you can choose to either spend it immediately with what's going up and what's available, or you can choose to wait. Now, there are going to be some things where it's a bad idea to wait because they might not come up again, like the pound coins that I've got listed probably won't come up again. So those sheets of pound coins, they're it for those people that are got a big lump in, like maybe well, anyway, somebody that I've been talking to, you might want to choose some of them because they are large lumps. So I see this as good news. I see this as us stepping up. And if you was to look at us on a graph, I see us as going up a little bit, because I'm now moving it forward and going, okay, now we're not only able to sort investors out with parcels, we can also sort out Suda Mint Fund people with parcels, if you want. If you'd like to leave that money in there, then leave that money in there. Now, as far as Suda Mint is concerned, and as far as suing 288 Group is concerned, there are a couple of ideas I'm going to come up with. One of them is to do a video and do that video specifically to them and have it on a link, not public, so that only the people that are really sort of interested and want to follow us can go and view it. Or I may do it in the written form and then put it up so people can download it. I'm not too sure which yet. But either way, it's going to be done in a way that you're going to have to pay for it. Because I'm now going to try and think of every way possible that I can increase the revenue. That's my job at the end of the day. That's what I've got to do. So I shall be doing that. How I'm going to work that, I'm not too sure yet, but I know Patreon's going to come into it. And we need to be on a minimum £5 a month Patreon. And in that way, only the people that are interested will get to see it. As opposed to the people that just want to ridicule, they won't get to see it. And the only way those people will get to see it is if they pay. So something like that is coming. I'm I'm constantly looking at different things, different ways, different ideas, as you've seen over the past months. All of which are designed to get me a little bit further forward, and absolutely nothing that I do from here on in is done without a good reason. So even if you're thinking, why is he doing that? Believe me, there'll be a good enough reason for that, and maybe I just don't want to say right now. Because we've also got these mind games going on with all those other people, you know, the ones that cause us all the problems. So, and I'm getting sick of that, and also it detracts, it deflects, it takes away, it stops me, it costs me time, energy. And so I'm dealing with all of that the best way I can. And one of the ways of dealing with that, especially on important stuff like what I might or might not be saying to the Royal Mint and 288 group, well, that's for the ears only and the eyes only of the people that are interested. The people that just want to point a finger and make fun, well, you know, we don't want them looking at it. And if they do look at it, they'll have to pay for it. So we'll get some money out of them. And it doesn't matter to me if there's only 10 people each time. That doesn't matter. It means that I'll find a way of raising 30 quid or 50 quid or whatever. But, you know, that is what I'm looking at. The 10 times the Suda Mint Fund is still open, and you can do that on Patreon with whatever amount, and whatever amount you put in, that's what you'll get back if I ever get to court and win. However, I'll be the first person to now stand aside, point a finger and laugh at myself and go, you've got no chance of raising that kind of money and ever getting into court with them. And I respect that, and I know it. Just like you ain't got no chance of winning the lottery. Don't stop you buying a ticket though. Yeah, I know I ain't gonna. 90% of me's sort of almost there. The only way I'm gonna get them into court now is the only way I'm gonna get them into court is if I can make them take me to court. And to do that, I've got to force them. And to do that, I've got to get unpleasant. And that's where the videos and the letters are going to come in, because they are going to get flipping strong. They are. And I'm going to push, and I'm going to push, and I'm going to push. I've taken a lot of poking with sticks, and I've learnt a lot over the years. I know how to push buttons. I know this is going to sound quite arrogant, I don't mean it to, but if there's one thing I do know, I know how to push buttons. I know how to poke. So that's coming, because I won't give up that fight. I may never raise the money to go to my solicitor, bang it on a table and go, yeah, cock, let's have him in court. I may never raise the money to do that, but I will keep trying. As long as I've got a hole in my bottom and my tummy, I will keep trying. But I have to realise I may never get there. But I will keep trying. And to do that, that means I'm going to push some serious buttons, which I'm ready for, because I want to push them and push them and push them hard to try and take court action against me. So I'm still going to fight that. And so, you know, I'm saying all of this because the people that I've put into that pot, I'd really like you to leave it there. But if you want to take it out, you're free to take it out. Especially if I can do it in a parcel. So, you know, how can I not say yes to that? That's fine by me. I mean, at the end of the day, you were going to get 3 times your money in points if we lost. Well, 3 times your money in points if we lost is the same thing, isn't it? It's a parcel that you choose yourself, because you've got the points, you go on, you choose it, you buy it. So it's the same difference, except you don't have to wait now until the court case is over. You can have it now, or whenever you're ready. So I want to say thank you so much for the support that I've had, and thank you everybody, and I mean every single person out there that's watching this, to have left me the space that I need. Even the people that weren't before, you have now, and I appreciate that very, very much. And that is helping. you know, you are giving me a bit of help by doing that. Every little bit of help is appreciated. There are other things that we are getting on with, sharing posts, one thing and another. We're still organising that, still getting on top of that to find a way in which I want to get that organised to a point where I can say, okay, I can take any video and get 1,000 shares in a week, and that we are on the way to that. So that's working on, if you see what I mean. So there's lots of things that are being worked on in the background. If anybody's got any and wants to help, and they've got any experience for social enterprise, or if they've got any experience with grant applications and that kind of thing, and you're a bit bored at home and you'd like to give us a hand, please send me a text. And for the people that really would like to sort their parcels out now, please send me a text and communicate with me, and we'll get that sorted. So that's about it for now. Thanks very much. I've taken up half hour of your time again. I do apologise. But thank you very much. And onwards and upwards, as Dad used to say. We will get there. We will get there. I can see a light now at the end of the tunnel. Couldn't see one before. Now I see one. So thanks a lot. And yeah, onwards and upwards.